RBG represents the red, black, and the green. The red represents the blood of our people.
That red, black, and green flag represents everything that white supremacy is against.
The black represents the people.
That red, black, and green flag represents opposition to police brutality.
And the green represents the land in which we came from in Africa and how we flourished as a people.
Whenever white supremacy sees this, you should be scared. Shakem, I'm in Hotel Bucket, Charleston, South Carolina, RBG. Need some black power back.
South Carolina RBG'Z, we are the most effective ground root organization here in Charleston. We take up a lot of initiatives. We are Pan-Africanists. Pan-African means that we are in love with our people and we want to see our people rise from where we are now as being last, and we want our people to be first. The misconception comes in to when a lot of whites, they feel as though we are a hate group, but we are not a hate group, we are a love group because we love our people. We believe in governing our own communities because we feel that if we govern our own communities, we will be able to speak to those who are in the crime-riddled areas, and they can connect to us better than they can the boys in blue, because the boys in blue have adopted a reputation of being terrorists in the community. If we can talk to them and gain that trust, then we can be able to go out and solve the problems that the boys in blue can't solve. Sometimes we ride past the homeless people right out on the street, right at the super stop in North Charleston, right downtown. We pass these people and we don't even think twice about who they are and what they represent and what their situation may be. One of the most beautiful sisters that I've ever met, as far as her heart and her drive and her desire. And her name is Lisa. She has an organization, Fam to Fam, and she works with Pastor Thomas Ravenel. Wonderful brothers, wonderful sister. When we started going out in the community and we started talking to them and probing the people and trying to find the root cause of their homelessness, we see that they have been, lacking in the requisite skills to find a good job or to sustain themselves. We run into a lot of homeless veterans. And America, we always tout the fact that, we honor our servicemen and women, but yet and still, when you go downtown and when you walk through the streets of North Charleston, you find out so many of them have served in this country and they are now living in cardboard boxes, or they're living in tents after years and years and years of protecting us on this soil. SCRBG, what we have decided to do was build it around the same principles of the Black Panther Party. So what we wanted to do is create programs like after-school programs, create programs like Feed the People programs, create programs like job training. So what that is going to allow us to do is be able to have that bond with the community. If you notice, campaigning has stopped. Nobody's in the street. Where are we? Where are the brothers who were running for city council? If we out here feeding the homeless and in the streets every week, why are these brothers still not continuing the campaign? I see a lot of brothers who are, but a majority are non-existent right now. That is why we lose, because this should be something that is a part of us, not something that happens during a crisis or on a special occasion. So in order for us to be successful, the reason why they keep getting over on us is because we only pop up during crises. So CNN is actually leading the consciousness of the black community, because people pop up when the Emmanuel 9 happened. People pop up when Walter Scott happened. But in the meantime, when things dwindle down and things die down, we're nowhere to be found. A lot of individuals who are affiliated with the RBG movement here in Charleston and in Columbia and Greenville, we've met through a lot of these tragedies. So what's happening is that in spite of the, I would say, momentum that white supremacists were having with, beating charges and police officers getting off, we still were able to get people's awareness, and we see that a lot of people are awakening because racism is blatant right in their face now. So through these tragedies, we have been able to grow to a point to where it's almost scary that you will wake up and you see that blacks are now ready to stand up for something that they believe in. So we have not seen a resurrection like this, especially in Charleston, for God knows how long. But I guarantee you one thing, if anything else occurs, you will see the unity of blacks in Charleston so much that it's gonna be scary. And that is one of the reasons why Mayor Summy was so scared, because he knew that blacks were waking up, and we saw through the shenanigans that occurred. And so I really want to send a message to Mayor Summy also. In the statement that you made, Mayor Summy, about retribution being placed upon people who opposed you.
It was a rather nasty election, and I will not forget the nastiness, and there will be some retribution in the future for it. I'm not going to put up with it.
Even though you might have won the battle, you have not won the war. And if you think for any moment that you can intimidate us by getting on television in front of reporters and saying that anybody who opposes you are going to face retribution, well, guess what? You now have a new generation of brothers and sisters who are out here now in the street who don't give a damn about your retribution. And one thing that you have to keep in mind is that retribution goes both ways. So as easy as you can dish it out, guess what? You better be ready to take it, because we are at a state right now that we are not willing to settle for white supremacists making threats to our livelihoods and who we are, and we will not tolerate it. You might have won this election, but best believe that there are more elections to come, and we are thinking for the long-term strategy. We're not thinking for the short term. So you have 4 more years, but guess what? We will make this 4 more years some of the most hellified years that you've ever experienced. And as soon as we see your version of retribution, guess what? We're going to be there to counteract that. And I just want you to take that in mind the next time you start talking about retribution in the streets of North Charleston. And they were riding down the street with their flags and taunting black people, and then you turn around and say you want to have a Confederate flag rally or a Klan rally. So in no way, shape, or form were we going to allow that behavior to continue, and that is why we went and met them at the State House grounds, and we whooped them behind.